Hey, welcome back. I'm Andrew, your crypto guy on the internet. Sorry I've been gone for so long. I've been moving into a new condo, and although I'm not done moving yet, I wanted to at least put the desk together to make a quick video so you don't feel like you're being left hanging. A lot of interesting stuff has happened the last few days, and I missed most of it because I didn't have internet for 2 days. But let's look back at the Bitcoin price over the last few days. Remember, we had a nice pump up to 43,000. We had some bullish momentum. But then Jerome Powell came out and he's like, hello, I still exist, and we're probably going to raise rates by half a percentage point next month. And then everybody freaked out all over again. And that sent us all the way down to 38,200. Everybody on YouTube was bearish. It's the end of the world. But then Elon Musk comes out, and Twitter has accepted the deal. Mostly because they had no choice. Their stock has been bleeding out. They're losing users. Elon has done a hostile takeover or a rescue mission, depending on how you look at it. Financially, it's a rescue mission. And this news story has bumped crypto up as a whole. So Bitcoin is back within the range, the bottom of the range that we've been in, right? This channel of this bear flag here. Do I think it's a reversal? No, definitely not yet. Not enough volume either way, either to break all the way to the downside or to go back up deep into the range, like 44.5 is what we were looking for. We're still like halfway hesitating because there's some scary news coming out here pretty soon. Before we get into that, does this mean that Truth Social is done since Twitter's coming back with free speech now under Elon's control? You'd think so if you were looking at the DWAC stock lately. Let's have a look at it. Yikes. Okay, so back here is Elon announcing he's going to buy Twitter, right? Just tanking ever since. And so there is really no purpose to Truth Social anymore if you can say what you want on Twitter again, right? And so Donald Trump goes, yeah, look, even if Elon lets me back on Twitter, which he will, I'm going to stick with Truth Social. Because Donald had to say that. Because if Donald Trump is back on Twitter, there's no purpose of Truth Social. So he's going to stick to his new Truth Social social media platform, okay? And that might give DWAC, a reason to exist for another couple of weeks. Who knows? So overall, we do have some interesting things coming up for the Nasdaq and crypto because all the big boys in tech are showing us their earnings reports this week. We have Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Apple, and Amazon all pumping out their earnings reports this week. And that will shape how the Nasdaq looks for a little while. Now, sometimes if the numbers are good, people still sell off because of macro bearish fears, right? Or if all the numbers are looking good, that might make things more positive sentiment-wise, maybe more bullish, and that would help crypto. As you can tell just from this story of Elon buying Twitter, crypto went up, especially Dogecoin, right? Doge had a huge pump today, all the way up to 17 cents. That was something we speculated on a little while back as soon as we got wind of this, and it paid off. So I'm going to keep holding on to Doge simply because there's a use case for it on the horizon now. We know that Elon wanted to implement Doge into Twitter somehow, maybe as like a tipping system. Now, I don't know how long that's going to take to do, but there's a positive outlook for Doge now that is in the works, okay? So that's interesting. The scary thing we have coming is the Fed meeting coming up 3rd and 4th of next month, so like a week or two. And they're probably going to raise rates by half a point. Some people are pricing in 75 basis points. I don't think that's going to happen. Half a point's most likely, in my opinion. And then we'll see how the market reacts to that. But as long as he's raising rates, the DXY, the US dollar currency index, is going to be strong globally. And we're probably going to see the DXY go up to about 103. All right? Now, when the dollar is strong, Bitcoin weakens a little bit. Although you'd think it would tank at this rate, it's still within this channel. It's still hanging around 40,000 because I read somewhere that 61% of Bitcoin hasn't moved in over a year. People buy it and hold it and sit on it, which is the smart thing to do. And so there's simply not enough people selling their Bitcoin to make it go down much further than it already has. even with all this bad news. So that's a strong sign for Bitcoin in the long term. I think the dollar is going to go up to about 102, 103, and then it should come back down. I don't know when that's going to happen, though. I mean, it could happen over the next month or two. It could take a year to play out. But either way, sit on your Bitcoin, especially if it goes back down to like 38, 37 again. I'm going to be buying a little more. Today, I sold some Doge for some profit. I sold some Luna for some profit. I actually sold Ethereum at 29.60 a few days ago, and then I had no internet. So I missed the moment to buy back in at a lower price. And now I'm kind of stuck here waiting for Ethereum to come back down lower. So, we'll see how the market reacts over the next week. If it's down, great, I'll buy more. If it's up, the stuff I have goes up in value. So you can't lose if you play it right, okay? It's a fun game, and we play it every day here. So, keep an eye on things. Like I said, this earnings week is going to be interesting. Just watch out for the Fed meeting. The 4th and the 5th of next month, we're going to see some big moves in the market out of initial fear, but it really comes down to what Jerome Powell says. And the issue with Jerome is like he's really unclear on his messaging. And it's not that he's going to raise rates that's bad. It's that we don't know when or how or what is he going to do, because every time he comes out, he says something a little different, and it makes people uneasy, and then they sell off. And that's he might be doing that on purpose because that makes his job easier of trying to fight inflation. If he just makes everybody nervous and they sell off and he's like, oh, okay, great. And that kind of helps it for me. But I think we'll be okay. Like there's some major supply chain issues that are still coming, and I can't sleep because I'm in a new place. But, other than that, once we get through that, we'll be all right. I think we'll see some big discounts on stocks here and crypto here in the short term. And I'm ready to buy in. I'm gonna DCA with you guys. So stick around. I think we'll be all right. Today was better than I thought it would be.